The other day, my husband walked up to me and asked me, "When was the last time you charged that thing?" Of course, I said, "I don't know because I don't pay attention to such things." Then he gave me a great idea. "You should read your Kindle until it dies and see how many books you can read." So, that's what we're doing.
I do have extra napkins already set aside. It's getting intense.
This was the first chapter. So I just wanted to update you that I did pick up The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. It is a thriller novel. I've read one Riley Sager and it was like better than some other thrillers, but I still wasn't a big fan. So I'm trying out one more just to kind of see, engage a little bit better if he's an author for me or not. So we will see. This is one of Haley Pham's favorites by him, I believe, and my library had it like immediately available, so that's why I went ahead and picked that one. But I am about 18% into the book so far, and my battery is only down to 96%. So continue to see how well we do, and yeah, I'll keep you updated. Okay, I got something new from Starbucks. I got a caramel shaken espresso with vanilla cold foam and caramel syrup, so we'll see if it's any good. I kind of like it, but I do think that they went really light on the cold foam here because I don't see any and I can't really taste much of it.
Hi.
I'll turn the mic. What is that?
This is free food that they gave me.
Why?
I don't know. The lady was just like, "Hey, you want a free ham and Swiss croissant?" And I was like, "Sure, I'll have a free ham and Swiss croissant." And then I got a free ham and Swiss croissant.
Okay. finished The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager yesterday. I did not film my final reactions to the end there. I was going to, and then little miss was really fussy. I had to take her outside. Didn't know if, just wasn't even thinking about it because I didn't know if I could calm her down, but ended up calming her down, so I read the rest outside. I will say though, I feel like I didn't have as big of a reaction as I thought I would to the end, and part of that is because this book had so many plot twists throughout the story. Like, there were several, and they weren't just all at the end, or there wasn't one big reveal at the end. So I feel like the ones early in the story had me more shocked than towards the end of the story there anyway. But yeah, I did guess one of the twists in this, but I definitely didn't guess most of them, which is better than most psychological thrillers for me. There is quite a bit of content in this. There is some content that kind of involves one of the bigger twists, so I'm not going to share the exact content for any of you who don't want to hear that. I'll just put it down in the description box if you want to know it. But I was kind of surprised by how this story turned out. And it wasn't awful. Some of the content though, does include cussing and just talk of casual sex, even though there was nothing no explicit scenes or anything like that in the book. There was just mentions and talks and cussing and stuff like that throughout it, so I don't love that in general, but I also didn't hate his writing or anything aside from talking about those things, if that makes sense. So I don't know, it was interesting. We ended the book though at 88%, so the first book took about 12% of our battery, and I will say, sorry, I'm shaking the camera all over because I'm holding it, that I have not had a good track record with psychological thrillers at all. I'd kind of just given up on them and said they're probably not for me. But yeah, I had another go at it, obviously. I will say that while I wasn't over the moon for this one, I did end up giving this one a 3.75 stars. And this is the highest I've ever given one because I feel like it was probably the best that I've read at this point. If you're a fan of psychological thrillers, I would probably suggest checking out Riley Sager because he's about the best that I've seen do it so far. And if I ever got the urge to pick up one for some reason again, because you never know, I would probably just instantly go for another Sager book instead of trying to look for a new author, just because I know that he is a bit better, and at least there's always something about his story that's a little bit more than other psychological thrillers that actually does get me, even if it's not the whole story or concept. But this one had a lot more to it that I wasn't expecting, so kudos to him on that. But yeah, if you're into psychological thrillers and stuff and haven't checked out Sager, I would definitely say to check him out if the content stuff doesn't bother you. But yeah, more of the content for this particular book will be down in the description box if you're interested. After that though, I picked up Love, Rosie. And I don't even remember who this is by, but this is actually one that is on my physical TBR. And it's just hard for me to hold the books right now, so I got it through the library too so that I could kind of go back and forth. And I got to 46 or something % last night, reading that throughout the day, and then with baby feedings throughout the night and then waking up early, I'm now at 73-74%, so I'm probably definitely going to be able to finish that one up today. Not loving that one, I will say. I didn't really know what it was about when I got it, I guess, because I probably would have never got it, but it's basically two best friends, a guy and a girl, and you follow their life from when they are 5 years old all the way up to 50 or 55, I think, so over a 50-year span. And they're supposed to be soulmates, perfect for each other, they're best of friends, but basically they just keep denying their feelings for each other and going their separate ways and always having the wrong timing type of thing, to where they just end up basically ruining their lives and everybody around them lives, because like they keep getting married and all this stuff to people they don't love, and it's kind of ridiculous and very frustrating, and there is some content in here, so I'll talk more about it when I finish it up, but it's not one that I think is going to stay on my shelves at all. It's probably just going to go straight in the unhaul pile. Book number 2 is done. Didn't love it. It's probably going to be somewhere within the 2-star range. This was just a sad and upsetting story, guys. Like, oh my goodness, the girl's life, just nothing can go right at all. She just keeps having like one thing after the other. The guy is just like horrible and literally like wrecking himself with relationships throughout the entire thing. And they're both like missing each other their entire lives. And I'm like, this is just sad, and it doesn't even get resolved like early on in their life to where they can enjoy and be happy. So I don't know who likes to read these stories, but not me. I don't like to read stuff that unhappy. I guess there's a lot of facts that like are more realistic because people do that stuff because people are stupid and dumb. But I don't really want to read about stupid and dumb people and more realistic senses of romance. It's not really romance to me. So yeah, finished that one up, and I believe we are at 74% after the second book, so battery power is holding up pretty well. And now my hold for Wormwood Abbey finally came in, so I am going to get started on that today, and I'm really excited about that one, and I have high hopes that this is gonna be an actual like good one, probably like at least 4 stars, I think. So we'll see and get started on that one. Alright guys, so I finished up Warmwood Abbey. I think I finished it at like 65-66% left of my Kindle battery. And that was the 3rd book we finished up. Still going pretty strong. I liked Wormwood Abbey. I was thinking that I wouldn't as much just with the start of the book. I don't know, I just wasn't sure what to expect. But as it went on, I started to see like the story come together more and the mysteries unravel, and I quite enjoyed the writing. There was a few things that I highlighted. I wasn't expecting to want to highlight in it at all, so yeah, I ended up pleasantly enjoying it. I am giving this one a 4.25 stars, and I do want to continue the series, so that is exciting. It had some nice Christian elements and stuff to it too. Very clean book. So I really enjoyed it. And then I went to pick up another one that's on my physical TBR and to get it as a Kindle book to try to help me read through my physical TBR when I can't pick up physical books as easily. And well, that was The Last Letter from Your Lover by Jojo Moyes, and I was not feeling it at all. I think I got up to about 23%. I used 4% of my Kindle battery on it, but I just had to DNF, guys. This entire story, once I read the back of it, was like basically about infidelity and adultery, is what it seemed like, in two different timelines. Like it was taken from 1960, which I hadn't gotten to the 2003 timeline, but it was taken from 1960, and then somebody in 2003 also found these letters from these two story that you're like following in 1960, and she's like wanting to figure out what happened to them to see like did they end up happily ever after, and if so, her own affair could possibly end well. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? This is this book just promoting having adulterous affairs? Like, what is this? Anyway, I didn't want to continue to read to find out, so I am just plummeting 4% of my Kindle battery into the abyss for a DNF, unfortunately, but that's okay. Now I have picked up and we're starting Between the Sound and Sea, I believe, by Amanda Cox, which is a Christian fiction book, and I'm not really sure anything else about it, so we'll see. Alright, guys, so I have now finished Between the Sound and Sea. I think that was the name, by Amanda Cox. This was a Christian fiction with like some historical and mystery elements to it. It was interesting. I will say I feel like it was an awfully slow start and I was having a really hard time getting into it. This is not my typical read. So I will say the mystery element of it is really kind of what started bringing me into the story more and intriguing me more. The love romance like thing that was going on between two of the characters was a little weird to me, honestly. Like, it didn't start until a certain point, and it just felt a little out of place at the moment and stuff. I guess it like kind of started to feel a little bit more in place in the story and stuff, but I don't know. It just seemed a little, maybe it was just because I was so into the whole mystery aspect of the story that I just like didn't really care or want to hear much about a like romantic aspect as another like subplot. But I'm not sure. It wasn't a bad book though, I will say that. Um, I enjoyed like some of her writing, even though it was slower. There were a couple of things that I highlighted and parts that I like enjoyed and liked. I will also say that I kind of felt like another thing that seemed to kind of take the back seat and then all of a sudden was just such a prevalent force was kind of the Christian themes, like the faith aspect. I don't remember seeing or hearing as much in the first like half of the book, and then it was just like so like littered and heavy, and like there was a lot of good like quotes from that stuff, but like it was just so much more so in the second half and the latter half of it. And it wasn't as present in the first half. And so it just kind of felt like abruptly, oh yeah, this book is Christian. Remember that this book is Christian. We are going to put in all of the things now and talk about all the things now. I don't know. maybe I'm just not remembering the first half very much because I wasn't that intrigued and I was kind of a little like checked out of the story. So I don't know, but that's just what I remember in my thoughts. I do think because the second half was a bit better because the mystery intrigued me and there was quite a few like good quotes and stuff that I highlighted. I'm going to give this a 3.75 stars. Honestly, the first half I was sitting here like this might be a 3 stars at the most. So the fact that like that stuff really brought me back into the story, like it really did up the rating quite a bit for me, but I still like I couldn't give it more than that. It's just not really my kind of story. I feel like I really have to be in the mood for this, but yeah. Anyway, that is book number, oh gosh, what book is that? Number 4, I think. So on to the next book. We're at 48% left on my Kindle. And I'm excited to see how many more books we can read. I kind of feel like it's probably only going to be 2 more at this point. Because we're at 48%, but we'll see. Kindle battery, though, doing pretty good. I'm pretty impressed so far. Alright guys, I did just want to update you that I did finish my 5th book, Drake Hall, the second in the Wormwood Abbey series. That's not what it's called, but I can't remember the series name. So I finished the second one. I liked it decently well. I can't remember what I rated Warmwood. I wanted to go like 1 star, not 1 star, but like 1/4 rating under what I rated the first one because I just didn't feel like as much happened in the second one, and I didn't have like as many like good quotes and everything that I was liking, or I didn't laugh as much and stuff. So I feel like it was a little less, but the rest of the series, like, it still has potential of me liking others more. So like that one. And then I started a arc by Grace Worthington for a cute clean ball rom-com. So that is what I'm currently reading, and that's book number 6. And I started at 38% battery power. So we'll see. I'm not sure if this will be my last one that I can get through with my battery power, or if I can squeeze one more in. We will see, I guess. Okay guys, as you saw, I did finish up Icing on the Cake by Grace Worthington. That was an arc that I had, so I really had to finish it and read it before it came out. I believe that's coming out on the 24th. I don't know when this video is coming out, so it may already be out by the time you guys see this, but I think it's my first from Grace that has actually reached 4 stars. She's normally a pretty like solid 3-star range for me, somewhere in between 3 and 3.75. Very fun, cute, cheesy palate cleanser rom-coms for me. This one had quite a bit more in it. I felt like it dealt with some topics of grief in it, and it just had a lot more in it that I like really wanted to highlight. So definitely the most highlighted of hers I think that I've had. So that was nice. I enjoyed it. It was nice and fun, cheesy, you know, but had some more meaningful things thrown in there, and I enjoyed that. So I finished that up. I think I was at like 26% left of my battery, and I decided I have the Baxters from my library, which is one that I have physically, so I'm going to try to read it through the ebook version to get it off of my physical TBR, because that one seemed pretty short. It is a little bit longer than I thought it was on ebook, but I think we're doing pretty well. I'm trekking through it pretty decently. I started it last night but didn't read much last night. I've been mainly reading it today, and I might honestly finish it today, and my battery is still at like 19% I think, so I think we're gonna make it, but I don't think we can fit in another one after this, especially since I don't think I have another like shorter, like one on the shorter side. So this might be our last book, but the rom-com that we just finished, I'm pretty sure that was book number 6, right? So this is book number 7. So I feel like we're doing like really good though. The Kindle battery has lasted so much better than I expected it to. I'm quite surprised. So alright guys, so I finished The Baxters, which is the prequel to her Baxters series by Karen Kingsbury, and I have 17% left of my Kindle battery. I enjoyed it. I'm not sure what I'm going to give it as of this moment, because it's still pretty like fresh in my mind. It was quite frustrating, honestly. Like, I was very frustrated throughout most of the story. I mean, the first 50% of the book is basically one of our main characters asking God to like give her an answer, like, is she doing the right thing? And then literally talking herself into doing this thing without any sign or whatever from God. And also just, oh my gosh, the clear miscommunication that this woman, like, just, oh my gosh, how dumb do you have to be? Like, if any of y'all have read this book, you know what I'm talking about. And if you haven't, you're probably sitting here like, what the heck are you talking about? But just know, it was miscommunication from the very first page, and it was horrible, and it did not stop. And I'm pretty sure the first book in this series is about her. So on one hand, I want to go run over, read it, and be like, fix yourself, girl. Like, I want this resolved immediately, because that's annoying. And on the other hand, I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want to deal with this again. So some of my thoughts. But yeah, we kind of like, besides that, we got to know a lot of the characters and their backstory and like what was going on in their lives and stuff like that. So I didn't hate it. It's very drama filled, but with like Christian themes and aspects, but more like drama filled than I guess I was expecting. So, and I don't normally do like super like messy drama filled stuff, even though this is from a Christian perspective. So I feel like it'd probably be a good book for me to like pick up whenever I'm in that type of mood and I want to continue on with the story type of thing. I'll probably just pick them up from my library though. I think I'll keep this one on my shelf because I got it like at a secondhand store or something. I got it pretty cheap, but I'll keep it on my shelf, and then, but I probably won't get any more of the series unless they're like from little free libraries or something, or unless I start like really enjoying the series more as it goes on. But I do think that I'll keep up with it, like semi keep up with it, pick it up from time to time, kind of like a palate cleanser type of thing for when I want some like drama filled messiness, but with Christian aspects that won't like leave me too terribly frustrated at the end, hopefully. So, yeah, those are my thoughts. Not sure on a rating so far. If I've decided by the time I put this up, I'll probably pop it somewhere. But we're at 17% for my Kindle battery. I don't know if I can read another book with 17%, but we're going to try because after talking to my sweet husband Joshua, he's like, well, this is supposed to be until your Kindle dies. So we're going to go until it actually like pretty much dies on me or gets like 1%, you know. So that's what we're going to do. We'll see what my next book will be. I'll show you, take you along. Okay guys, so I have decided to DNF Taurus season. Yeah, and I have 11% left of my Kindle battery, so that's fun. I just wasn't feeling it, guys. This had a lot of cussing in it, a lot of just vileness, and the actual like mystery and like suspense story was not shaping up like I thought it was going to or wanted it to, and it just wasn't interesting enough for me. I pretty much just looked up like the ending and conclusion, and I was like, yeah, I'm glad I didn't continue reading that, so I DNF'd that. And I'm just picking up this fun, clean rom-com, and we'll see how much I can get through with only 11%. I don't know if I can finish it all, but we'll see. You know, maybe the last 10% lasts forever. Sometimes it does. But yeah, I don't remember the name off the top of my head, but I'll probably pop it somewhere or have a clip or something of it. But I believe the author is Kristen Canary, I want to say, and I think I've read one other by her. But yeah, that's what I'm starting, and I'm excited, and we will see how it goes and if I can finish it before my Kindle dies on me. Alright guys, so I actually finished Belonging with Her Best Friend by Kristen Canary. Very surprised, I know. I started this at 11% and we finished it at 2% left, guys. And honestly, I don't really have any more books to like pick up at this moment to finish off the last 2%, and I'd only probably be able to get a couple pages read, so I think we're just gonna stop here. We got down pretty low. We read either 7 or 8 books, can't remember, but I'll put the number up, and had 3 DNFs. So I feel like that's really good. Honestly, I was trying to think of like how much percent the DNFs took, and I spent like 7% on 2, I think, and then like 4% on another, so like 18, somewhere between like 17 and 20% probably on the 3 DNFs. So I do think if I hadn't DNF'd any, that I probably could have gotten one more shorter book, like a rom-com or something, like this last one that I read, probably snuck in, which is like a lot. That's like 8 or 9 books before your Kindle dies. That is a crazy, insane number. I did not think that we would get up that much. I'm quite surprised and quite pleased with that number, though. But yeah, that is the end of this challenge. That is how many books you can read on your Kindle before it dies on you. Oh, I will say I loved I loved this book. It was very cute. It is a clean rom-com, no language, no spice, nothing like that. Very clean. It still has some, you know, typical like gawking over each other type of things, but nothing too graphic or much at all. This did kind of have a little bit of grief in it and a little bit of stuff on infertility, so that's something you steer clear of. Just be aware. It is a rom-com though, so it was done very lightly, very nicely, I think, and it didn't like dive super deep into anything. Um, on top of that, this also has a whole theater theme. The main character is working on the show Cinderella throughout the whole thing, so I love theater, and so I really, really loved that whole atmosphere. So I gave it a 3.75 stars. It was a very pleasant read for me. So that is all for today, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed coming along with me for these couple of weeks here as I read through as many books as I possibly can until my Kindle dies to tell you guys how well these Kindle batteries hold up. And I will say this is just a normal Kindle Paperwhite, like nothing special. It's not one of the fancier or whatever ones, just plain old Jane. And I say the battery holds up pretty dang well, guys. So yeah, thanks for coming along with me. Let me know if you like this type of video. Let me know down in the comments, like, have you guys read until your Kindle dies on you? Or like, how long do you wait until you start charging it? Because honestly, this video gave me a little bit of anxiety because I hate not charging something. Like, I hate it. Like, I can't let something drop below 50%. I've just got to charge my phone, Kindle, whatever it is, back up. I don't like letting it get down that far. So the fact that I had to let this one get down, I was having anxiety. So I'm gonna go charge this thing up. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. I hope you have a great week, and I hope you have some great reads this week. I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys. Your face. Oh my god. Where's your head? Where's your head?
We both did the whole skit before you realized you couldn't see my head.